Now the shady guy is holding the masters hostage and is threatening to steal her music outright. She's suing for $1,500 for failing to return her original music. This is the defendant, Ajodah. He says he worked for the plaintiff for 3 months and never even charged her. He even got his friend Jimmy Williams, the bass player for the OJs, to play in her demo. But once they started talking about money, the plaintiff started tripping. He doesn't have time for the Jekyll and Hyde woman because he's a busy cat and doesn't need the drama. He's accused of holding music hostage. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,000 for writing and recording sessions and musician fees.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Everybody's talking about the Honorable Marilyn Milian, the hottest judge on television. Real cases, real litigants. Here in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order. Litigants been sworn.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ms. Yvonne Tina Riley?
Yes.
You are suing Ajodah Sinarine for $1,500 that you paid him in order to help you produce a tape, and it didn't happen, apparently, the way you had expected. Tell me what's going on.
I called Ajodah on the phone, and I agreed to...
How did you know him?
I met him through a friend of mine, and we were introduced that way. And I called Ajodah on the phone, and I asked him, I told him that I wrote 4 original songs, and I'm not a piano player, I'm just a singer and a writer. And I was wondering, I asked him, would he accompany me with the music, because I don't know how to play piano. So I needed his assistance to help me with the music. And we were supposed to put a master CD together.
Oh, well, who's putting the master CD together? Who's going to produce all that?
Well, I went to him, like I said, with my lyrics. I hummed a few bars to him, and, you know, he kind of got it, you know. He told me to hum and sing what I meant, and
well,
I
hum
sang
and sing
it to
for
him.
me what you meant.
You want me to sing?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I try to picture you with someone else, but losing you would be like losing myself. You know I love you in a million ways. You put fire in my life. You brighten my day. And so I'm asking you to stay a while. I'm so attracted to the way you smile, boy. Don't you know you feel so good? Boy, you know you feel so good.
Oh, you don't need him, girl. You do not need him. I'm just kidding. That's good. You're very talented.
Thank you.
Okay, so then what happens? You agree with him that you're going to pay him what?
He asked me for $1,000. I agreed to pay the $1,000.
Okay.
Okay, so we goes in the studio, and I only went like maybe once a week because I get paid, you know, once a week.
Okay.
So I went every week, once a week.
Okay.
I would give these guys money.
Well, how much money do you give?
Okay,
What's the total amount of money that you gave? $1,500?
and then
The total amount of money that you gave, is it $1,500? Look at me. Look at me.
total
Look at
amount
me.
is $1,500, Your Honor.
May I see the canceled checks that total to $1,500?
I have receipts right here.
Show me the receipts that you have.
Okay.
Is there any dispute about the fact that $1,500 went to you? Is there any dispute about that?
Not at all, Judge.
Lucky for you. Next. What went wrong that brings us into court today?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's correct.
What went wrong was Ajodah was supposed to give me a finished master CD with a production that I could take to the radio stations.
I thought all you said you hired him for was to play the piano.
But he was supposed to mix it, a finished product, Your Honor.
So he was supposed to mix it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what does mix it mean?
Mix it, that's the difference between a CD that sounds okay and a CD that sounds great.
Okay, so what went wrong? You didn't get your CD?
Okay, I got upset because Ajodah made me wait. He didn't show up. I kept running back and forth to the studio. So when he did show up, He told me he went to the dentist. I said, Ajodah, why are you late? I said, I'm always prompt and on time. So
Was this after or before you paid him?
This is after I paid him the money. So the next day when I go back to pick up my CD, his partner, Ralph Jennings, said to me, he says, well, if you don't like it, you have to go somewhere else. Now I'm like,
What do you mean? Why did that come up without you saying anything?
I don't know why he
Had
made
you
the
said
statement.
something? Did you say something confrontational to him?
No. No, I didn't. He said if I didn't like it, that I would have to go somewhere else.
So why am I here? You're suing because you want all your money back because what? Because the final product is insufficient?
Because, Your Honor, I paid for a finished mixed CD.
And what you got instead was what?
A bunch of...
Oh, okay. That I understand.
Bunch of, I'm guessing the next word is not gospel-y correct. Testimony continues.
All right, go. Let me hear this.
I try to picture you with someone else, but losing you would be like losing myself. Feels so good.
Can we dim the lights here?
The plaintiff, a gospel singer, says she gave the defendant money for a demo, but ended up with a bunch of you-know-what. Let's listen.
I will listen to the CD in just one moment. I want to talk to Ajodah first. Mr. Cena Ryan, tell me what's going on. Why is she suing you to get the money back? She said
She
that your
can't sue you
producer's
to get the money
garbage.
back because this was all done fair and above board, Your Honor, and it
What does
became
she say is
quite
wrong?
the
What's
thing to
wrong
go
with it?
through.
What's
There's really
wrong?
nothing wrong with it.
Well, what went wrong between the two of you?
What went wrong between the two of us is Tina's a very, very demanding and I think very ungrateful person. And I
how
don't
so?
think she was professional as we went through this thing. We got into nasty arguments about getting things done, and I nursed this thing and rehearsed this thing with her. It wasn't like I came and grabbed some songs. Go to BMI.com and look at my name. I don't have to grab a song from anybody. You know.
How was she nasty?
Well, you know, I mean, she can get into some language with you and just becoming very demanding. I paid for this. We have people, and that's another thing. We don't charge by the hour there because we take on projects. We want people to feel comfortable when they're putting their things together. If it takes you 4 hours to work to a line with me, I'll take the 4 hours. I'm not trying to come back and rate you on some price or something, you know. And I really did a great deal for her. And I told her husband.
So why is she so unhappy?
I don't know why she's unhappy. You know, I mean, we worked and nursed and rehearsed her lines. And in time, what I saw in Tina was some kind of way. She feels like somebody's trying to take something from her.
Did you think there was a promise, though, and that there was a good thing that you might have going on there?
Oh, absolutely. Because when I looked at her, she's like Tina Riley, but like I put together a demo to send to Tina Turner. That's what I did. And if she'd have hung on and done things like I said it the right way, I told her, whatever you want to do with the music is fine. I said, what I do with it will be quite different. And I had a larger plan and a larger scheme in mind behind the whole thing when I heard what was going together there. And she shot it in the foot. She's turning around and asking for money she can't have back. And then I told her husband, if you take me to court, I'm countersuing you for everything that this thing was worth, not to make money off you, but to teach you a lesson. Because I got a lot of people that do favors for me that didn't have to do favors.
And which brings us to your counterclaim.
That's right.
You're counterclaiming for $3,000, but you say that you're actually out $8,250.
That's exactly the work that went into that project.
And that is the value that you're putting on the hiring of people that is not part of the actual contract that you had. I mean, you know that that wasn't your contract with them.
No, it wasn't.
You're just
even
saying this is what it's worth, and now I'm teaching you a lesson.
This is what it's all worth that you got favors on, and nothing there is exaggerated. I didn't throw in an arranger's fee. I didn't put in any mixing. I'm just telling you all the work from the writing sessions all the way through to the bottom of her, and she does have a completed project in her hand, which I'm still willing to do whatever she wants to do. But I have to do it through a manager. I can't work with her.
You know, it would seem to me, as an outsider, that once the relationship gets that bad where you can't stand each other, it's probably not going to work out. So, according to her, you didn't do a good job. According to you, you did. Let me hear the job.
Your Honor, the CD that you're about to listen to, the songs are not lined up. Demo has all the background vocals that I did. I did all the lead and background vocals myself. And you will listen to the so-called master CD that's supposed to be so finished. There's nothing.
A finished product in the record business costs over $25,000.
Well, what was it she hired you to do?
To make a demo.
Your Honor,
What do you say you hired him to do?
I hired him to give me a master CD, not a demo.
What's the difference between a master CD and a demo?
A
in the
master CD
business?
would cost her $25,000.
What is it you believe a master CD is? A finished product that
A
you
finished
can sell?
product with all the vocals that you can hear all the
Are
instruments.
you telling me that you hired him for $1,500
very
to do a
clearly.
master CD?
Yes, ma'am, I did. That was my intentions when
Then you have not a clue.
All right, go. Let me hear this.
I try to picture you with someone else, but losing you would be like losing myself. Feels so good.
Can we dim the lights here? Turn off. What are you complaining about?
She's not feeling so good. What's the gospel here? Will the plaintiff get her money back? Judge Millian rules next. To the People's Court, Harvey Levin outside the Times Square Information Center. You heard the CD. What do you think?
I don't think she can sing at all. I think that she didn't get ripped off by the guy, and I think that he should just get his $3,000 reward.
So you think, bottom line, do you think her singing is good enough?
Absolutely not. She needs more than $1,500 to make her sound good.
Okay, you know what? No sympathy for her down here. We're going inside the courtroom. Here's Judge Millian.
You paid $1,500
Because,
for
Your
all of
Honor-
I'm sorry. You paid $1,500 to get that thing mixed and produced the way it is, to get all of the recording time, to get all of the musicians who apparently had to be paid, what, I don't know if you paid them brownies, or I don't know how it is you paid these people, because all you paid was $1,500. How could you complain about that? Have you been in this business long? I mean, I'm not in the business, but I pretty much have figured out
Your Honor, I've been in the business for 35 years.
And for 35 years, what are you used to paying to get a demo tape? Because you can't possibly really think you were
Well,
going to get a
the first
master
time I did a
CD for
demo-
$1,500, including the recording time for somebody else and everything else. I mean, you couldn't possibly have thought that what was going to happen after $1,500 that you were going to play on a radio. You can't be that naive. That's
I
not how
thought
it
maybe
works.
I was going to get some strings, here's some violins. I work hard for my money, Your Honor.
Okay.
I work 2 jobs. I work hard for my
Okay.
money. I'm also complaining. He told me over the phone that I would never own my songs, and I wrote my own songs, that he was going to write Washington, D.C. copy of a Library of Congress and say that the songs were his.
Okay.
Were his.
Now we're getting somewhere, because the problem is that the two of you are probably disputing who it is who's going to have a right to the song. Lucky me. I don't have to make that decision. Right now, I got one suit in front of me. I don't have any lawsuit over the propriety or the proprietorship of who owns this song, whether it's yours or hers. I don't have some. That's for another judge to decide someday, because neither one of you are suing about that. You're suing about one thing. You're saying it's a bad mix and you want your $1,500 back. And I say no to you. You got a counterclaim against them for $3,000 because you now want something that wasn't what you bargained for. You bargained to produce this for $1,500. You're just so angry that they're suing you that you now have decided, well, I'm going to charge you now $8,000. Only I can't impose a contract where there was none for an amount that there wasn't. If your deal with them was $1,500, that's your deal with them. So on your counterclaim against her, also 0. Go home.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, come on out here. Judge says 0 for you. Come on in. Stand next to her, okay? Right next to her there. Hi. Hi. 0. So what's your reaction to the verdict after all that? By the way, the music sounded great.
Well, my reaction is never pay before the work is done.
Wait a second. Don't go. Not so fast. Not so fast. You paid $1,500. It sounds like you got a nice production there. What don't you like about what was just played in court?
I don't like it. I'm going to have to spend more money to get it redone.
And it's what he did? It wasn't worth $1,500, you don't think?
I didn't like what he did. So I'm going to have to go to another state, another recording studio, and get it done over again.
All right, okay. Head right down there.
Just follow that gentleman right there.
I don't know. It didn't sound that bad to me.
Well, thank you.
What do you think about the verdict?
I think that the judge was fair in the verdict. I'm not trying to squeeze anything out of it, but my professional services were in question, and my talent. And she can't
critique her work.
I think she's a good singer. She is a good singer. And I think that, like I said, Tina Turner or any kind of A&R guy could have taken that and spun it into something. She has some different kind of, I guess, ideas in her head about what she thinks the business is about. And she needs to, I think she needs to further educate herself about what the business is about. Nobody took advantage of her.
All right, Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know what? As for who owns the song, a small claims court judge can't decide that. That is literally a federal case. It's a copyright issue. And that will do it for this case.